Welcome to Hannity, and big breaking news tonight out of Los Angeles, where ABC Disney has announced Jimmy Kimmel will be back on the air tomorrow. Now, Disney says in a statement that Kimmel's comments about Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin were, quote, ill-timed and thus insensitive, and they are bringing him back after so-called thoughtful conversations. Oh, in other words, it was Disney's decision, not Donald Trump's decision, like the left has been lying to you about, and as we on this program have been telling you about from the very beginning. Now, we have full coverage and an analysis I promise you won't get anywhere else that's coming up this hour. But first, tonight we begin in Glendale, Arizona, at a place called State Farm Stadium. It is the home field of the Arizona Cardinals. It hosted multiple Super Bowls, college football championships, even the March Madness Final Four. The place seats over 60,000 people, and it's been sold out for big events like those plenty of times. But yesterday, State Farm Stadium was full once again, packed to the rafters, not for a game, not for a concert, but instead for one of the most beautiful, deep, and profound outpourings of love and faith that this country has seen in God knows how long, decades. And between the stadium itself and an overflow arena, over 100,000 plus people gathering in Glendale yesterday to pay tribute to the life, the legacy, and the good cheer of Charlie Kirk. They sang together. They prayed together. They were able to hear from the people who knew and loved Charlie the most, including some of the most important people in our country, like the president himself, who gave this beautiful tribute to Charlie Kirk. Take a look.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father, son, Christian, and patriot. He was assassinated because he lived bravely, he led boldly, and he argued brilliantly without apology. He did what was right for our nation. I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history.
At this moment in history, the magnitude and the impact of that Charlie Kirk is having at this moment on this country, it is incalculable. And for all the famous faces that gathered to pay tribute to Charlie, the most powerful moment of those many hours yesterday came from his widow, Erica, who showed she is living out the deep and true Christian faith that she and Charlie shared in the most beautiful, unbelievable, unexpected way possible, forgiving her late husband's assassin. Take a look.
My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do.
There's truly nothing more Christian, nothing more Christ-like than what Erica did in that moment. Charlie's memorial service even brought President Trump and Elon Musk back together for a few moments, something that Charlie himself had pledged that he would try to do. As Elon and the White House said, it was all for Charlie. Now, all of this collectively is a reminder that times like these, it absolutely brings out the best in people, all of those people yesterday, all the people watching at home, and seeing this. We are seeing a public outpouring of faith and love and patriotism, compassion that this nation has not experienced in a very, very, very long time. Yet, sadly, simultaneously, this moment is also bringing out the absolute worst in people. Democrats, the legacy media mob, their radical allies, their supporters on the left, they have not risen to the occasion. In fact, they have stooped even lower. 58 Democrats voting against a resolution to honor Charlie's life last week. Many continue smearing him, demonizing him, attacking President Trump, still endangering his life yet again, calling him a racist, fascist, Hitler over and over and over and over again. Wash, rinse, repeat. We hear it every day. Here is just a small sampling of the leftist hate that simply just they will not go away. There will be no introspection, no self-reflection, no course correction. Take a look.
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans.
One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was when we see them trying to chill speech of jokesters. When we're seeing all of this, that is a playbook out of Hitler, and I won't deny it. Like, these are the facts.
But I do believe he was a reprehensible, hateful man. Like, that is my view of the words that he has said about every single identity that I belong to.
Here we go. Reprehensible. A father and a husband and, every other name you can call him. And we're back to the Hitler analogies. The things they are saying not only are materially false. Charlie Kirk was famous for giving his opponents a microphone to refute them with facts. Usually they didn't have any. And just, you're a fascist, you're a racist. Okay, give me one example. You're a fascist, you're a racist. One example, same thing. Wash, rinse, repeat again. Tell you that the left, they're doing the same thing. Lash out in anger because they can't win the argument. They see people drawn together by Charlie's legacy. They see people comforted by God and faith. They see people empowered to build a better future, and they have nothing to respond with besides vitriol, hate, a few cruel jokes. The distinction, the difference, between what has happened on the right and the left over these 12 transformational days cannot be more profound. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.